Good morning from the Protoss newsroom. Today's date is Wednesday the 18th of November, and you're listening to the Protoss Daily. These are the main headlines this morning. Bitcoin breaks $18,000 and sends Kraken offline. BitMEX founders hit with another lawsuit, and ConsenSys acquires more critical Ethereum infrastructure. In time of publication, Bitcoin is trading at $18,130 after spiking by over 8.5% in the past day. Bitcoin is 10% away from its all-time high after breaking $18,000 overnight. The rally briefly sent major exchange Kraken offline, which said heavy traffic caused outages and high response times for its website, APIs, and mobile trading apps. Increased demand also rendered rival exchange Coinbase unusable earlier this week. Bitcoin is now at its highest point since December 2017, thanks to what Singapore-based traders JCP Capital noted is becoming the longest and most stable Bitcoin rally in history, having gained 73% in 73 days, with only two 10% retracements along the way. Sentiment shared among crypto insiders goes that this rally feels strangely different to the last big bull run, noting Bitcoin hasn't dominated mainstream media news cycles like it did during previous peaks. However, celebrities like Elon Musk and Game of Thrones Maisie Williams recently tweeted about Bitcoin, proving its significance isn't lost on some. Seychelles-headquartered BitMEX has been hit with yet another lawsuit that alleges money laundering, market manipulation, and racketeering at the long-serving crypto exchange. In a 197-page lawsuit, Romanian resident Juan Gabriel Răzvan claims BitMEX founders, including CEO Arthur Hayes, encouraged hackers, tax evaders, money launderers, smugglers, and drug dealers to flood the platform with hot money, earning them billions of dollars in illicit profits. Gabriel Răzvan's lawyer, Pavel Pogodin, who also represents a Moscow resident in an almost identical lawsuit, says his client was defrauded out of around $4.5 million in Bitcoin at today's price. He's seeking 3 times that amount, plus an additional $50 million in damages. BitMEX is well known in the Bitcoin scene for allowing users to trade with up to 100 times leverage. US authorities recently sued the exchange and its founders for allegedly running illegal derivative markets, as well as violating the US Bank Secrecy Act, leading to the arrest of BitMEX's chief technology officer, Samuel Reed, in October. He was later released on $5 million bail. For what it's worth, BitMEX has come out swinging in its defence. A spokesperson told the block it considers Pogodin somewhat of a legal patent troll, having labelled the lawsuit spurious and filled with what it calls clearly rehashed internet conspiracy theories. Decentralized app data provider dapp has published a report yesterday on the top 10 Ethereum dapps. The report highlights that more than 1 million daily active users have used decentralized applications over the past month. Most used dapps fall into the DeFi and exchange category, with Cryptos.com's app taking the lead ahead of Uniswap and Compound. Altogether, those top 3 Ethereum dapps account for 90% of app activity on the blockchain. Crypto users in the Netherlands will soon be required to provide extra information about their addresses, transactions, and wallets, as Dutch Central Bank steps up its efforts to combat money laundering. Under the new laws, all local crypto exchange users looking to make withdrawals will need to provide picture or cryptographic evidence that they own the addresses linked to their account. They'll also need to specify the reason for the transaction and the type of wallet in use. The new measures will allow crypto service owners to ensure that their clients and all beneficiary owners are not on any Dutch or European sanctions list. Reaction to the new laws has so far been less than enthusiastic, with critics calling them ineffective and disproportionate, and some pointing out that the required proof of ownership doesn't actually prove anything. Singapore-based Huobi's attempted takeover of Bithumb looks to have hit the buffers, with ongoing legal proceedings threatening to stall the deal. The purchase of Korea's largest crypto exchange is a bid by Huobi to boost its operations in the country and gain access to users without needing to overcome strict Korean licensing regulations for its main exchange. However, reports claim that before any deal can take place, Huobi must resolve ongoing legal challenges in China that come just months after it was forced to deny that a number of its executive team members of founders were arrested. Any deal would be welcome news for Bithumb, following a turbulent year in which it faced considerable legal challenges of its own. The company saw its offices raided by authorities, its owners and investors becoming locked in a bitter struggle over company shares, and it faced allegations of token price manipulation. Ethereum-focused development studio ConsenSys yesterday announced its latest acquisition, dapp toolmaker Truffle Suite. The company, which initially launched as part of the ConsenSys incubator, spun out last year after it successfully raised $3 million from outside investors. Truffle Suite primarily builds tools that aim to assist developers in developing their own Ethereum-centric decentralized applications. As announced by the company, this acquisition will make Truffle a wholly owned product of the ConsenSys software company, which now owns most platforms on which Ethereum's blockchain heavily relies on, such as Infura, Quorum, MetaMask, and others. ConsenSys was founded by Ethereum's co-founder Joe Lubin, who Forbes previously described as one of crypto industry's richest figures. Ethereum's potential switch to a proof-of-stake style consensus method has inched closer today. There's now more than 100,000 Ether staked and waiting, representing more than $48.5 million. The proposal requires more than 500,000 Ether to be staked by December 1st, meaning there's still $191 million worth of Ether left to go. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has personally staked 3,200 Ether, worth more than $1.5 million at today's prices. Ethereum 2.0 has been in the pipeline for years, so investors are likely eager to see the major update go live. The blockchain's primary developers say ditching proof of work can make the system more secure and efficient. However, it's still not known whether the incentives prove strong enough to encourage enough validators to join the network. If Ethereum 2.0 fails to attract the required amounts of Ether, the whole thing will get pushed back and could throw doubt on the viability of the switch. The Ethereum Foundation recently announced it would be distributing grants to those willing to help create new tools and documentation to help bring more money into the smart contract. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to stay up to date with the latest from the world of crypto, then make sure you subscribe to the Protos Daily on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other major podcast providers.